Go Cowboys.
Hey, dude, right off the top, you talking about the Cowboys. Man, okay. Are you let's begin there. Are you a fan?
I'm a lifelong Cowboy fan. Everybody knows Tony Dorsett was my favorite player as a kid. And one of my cousins was a Steelers fan when we were kids. So we would get into fights and all of that because that was back in those days when they were going at it. And I've been riding ever since. So, I had to throw that out.
Everybody listening to us right now on 106.1 Kiss FM, Dallas, Fort Worth, listening to you right now, saying Omar Epps just went there and put it on blast. I
had to set it off.
Dude, I love it. Hey, let's brag a little bit about you, Mr. Executive Producer. I'm so proud of you. I have known you a long time. And when I know that you put your signature to something like this, I know it's going to be good. I know it's going to be intense. And I know there's going to be a theme about it. And that's what we're going to break it off right now. So congratulations on this outstanding job. The Devil You Know is what we're talking about. What drew you to this particular story? We'll begin there.
Well, Charles Murray, writer and producer. I call him the skipper of the ship. And, we were just having lunch one day and he ran the idea by me. And I was like, man, that sounds awesome. Let me read the script. And he's like, I haven't written it yet. And I'm like, well, why the hell did you just tell me this great idea? And you got me all riled up, And it's been an 8-year journey for us, but it was a 25-year journey for him. He had the idea in his head that long. And listen, when you're passionate about something and you feel a connection to it, you just keep pushing. And we kept pushing. And I believe in divine timing. I believe in divine poetry, and the universe opened up and said, hey, it's time for you guys to do this thing. And we were able to pull it together with my co-pilot, Michael Ealy, who also executive produced. And we had a wonderful time.
The movie has a family theme to it because, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but there is how far you would go for family.
Exactly.
And how far is far enough? Is too far? What is that? Is that safe to say?
It's a great assertion. It's a film about family. It's a film about morality. It's a film about redemption. It's a film about brotherhood. Specifically told, it's a film for everyone, but it's specifically and intentionally told through the lens of Blackness, if you will. Mm-hmm. There's subtleties and nuances to each culture that sort of everyone can relate to. And that's the familial aspect, but there are these things underneath that Black and brown people experience. I'm not going to say more than others, but just experience, right? But the way that I think that Charles executed the film, not only on paper, but visually, and the way that the cast and crew obviously all came together, everyone can relate to being at the dinner table with your family. You haven't seen this one in this time. This one just did blah, blah, blah. And nobody's talking about that one, the elephant in the room, and who's going to get drunk, who's going to start a fight over the card game. And, all of that type of stuff that we all experience as human beings, because we all come from family. So we wanted to ground it and make it as authentic as possible.
Well, to make it, to that being said, as authentic as possible, you've got family members that are actually working on this film with you in the music. I believe your daughter worked on the music.
Yeah, that's an amazing opportunity. So while we were filming, I was asking Charles, because we did this on a shoestring budget, and so we didn't have a budget for like a full soundtrack or this, that, and the other. And my youngest daughter, is an aspiring singer-songwriter, and one day Charles was like, hey, man, let her come up with some stuff. And her and my wife went into the studio and do what they do. My wife, it's same thing with her. He called me one day and was like, it'd be great for this character. And I was like, who? He was like, your wife. And I was like, that's a great idea. It felt like, I don't know if you've experienced this, but a lot of people have. Like when you leave your keys in the front door, and you're looking around the house like, where's my keys? Where's my keys? It's like you forgot that you left them. It felt like that for me. Like, wow, I was just sitting under my nose the whole time. I never even thought about it. And it's her first acting gig, which is incredible. She's been training under the great Tasha Smith for a few years in terms of acting. So, but it just all happened organically. Nothing was forced.
As long as you've known me, You know darn well the answer to that question. Of course, I've left the better question is how many times have I left my keys in the door this week, my friend?
Right. Right. Exactly.
But I like the analogy, and I like how you put it there. Do you ever go back? This is a question you and I have never discussed before, and I always go back and watch your stuff. You have been, and I've been privileged enough to talk with you over the years about your various projects that you've worked on. Going back years ago when we were both in Los Angeles together, and I was at Power 106. Do you ever go back and revisit any of your titles, any of the old stuff? You know, they're on TV a lot.
Yeah, no, I don't. But here's the fun part is like, here's the thing, like I can't watch something and not deconstruct it and like analyze and, oh, this could have been better. It's just impossible, right? But my kids now, like in their friend groups, they're like, oh, your dad was in this flick, and oh yeah, I love that flick. And so now it's been like in the last, I guess, couple of years, you know, if it's like 2 a.m, the house is quiet, you know, I'm up flipping through the channels, and you know, maybe it's halfway through something I've been in while my wife is snoring. I'll quietly sit there and just watch, like, wow. And it's mostly like my stuff from the beginning. Like, man, I haven't seen this in a long time. Oh man, look, I had a flat top. like, like, you know, and I'll just sort of, to be honest with you, like, bask in it, you know, like smell the flowers. Like, man, I've been doing this for 30 years. This is crazy. I did my first film when I was 17. I couldn't, even though I could imagine in my mind back then, you don't know what it feels like until you go through it. So to be 30 years later on a different side of it, it's like I'm just truly thankful, and I feel so blessed to have had the opportunity, and to have the opportunity to not only do what I love, but to be able to take care of my family and so forth and so on. And because it's never been about the money for me. Just, you know, for me, it's always been about the art and hoping that I'm contributing to humanity in a positive way.
I'm so excited to be speaking with you today, my friend. I just love checking in with you. All right, I'm going to close with this. They described this film, and I completely agree with the assessment that it is a thriller. It is a thriller. And I opened with the adrenaline and the heart racing, you know, storyline that's going on in this. So what else do you think is going to get audiences with The Devil You Know?
Yeah, I think The Devil You Know is a thriller. It's definitely, but the thriller is sort of like layered in. It's a family drama. It's a family drama. It's a crime drama. It has bits of suspense, but yeah, it definitely is a thriller, but life is thrilling. And that's the whole thing. It goes back to, like, we really try to give an authentic depiction of life, and no one truly knows what they'll do until they're in the moment. And that's when you find out the definition of people's character. And so, you know, I'm just so excited for audiences to experience this.
We've known each other a long time, and every time I get to speak with you, it's a pleasure and a thrill. And today is no exception. Dude, you're the best. I wish I was there. I would give you the biggest hug, man, because I miss you so much, and I'm proud of you. And keep doing what you do. You just said it a minute ago. You keep doing it so that we can talk in person. And love the shout out for those Cowboys. Everybody's good. DFW is going to hear you right now, man.
I appreciate you, man. Every time I appreciate you. And I'm proud of you too, man. You still doing it. Still got that good spirit about you. So let's keep going.
I know Ice Cube gets a kick because every time I talk with him, he says, I still can't believe you went into television. I look at him and I said, because when I was at Power, I used to go to his house and listen to music. And I said, wait, you're going to tell me that you went into movies, man. So right. I don't know where you're going with it. So don't even go there and do that anyway. But
y'all both didn't just pivot. You're killing it. So
you are too, man. Still killing it. Appreciate your time today. Stay safe.
Appreciate you, man. No doubt.
Man, Omar.
See next time.
Peace, for real.